Okay, this will be a quick one. And for anybody wondering, the New York Rangers back in the 80s, they wore this on the road where it said New York rather than Rangers. I remember liking that when I was a kid, that the white one said Rangers, the blue one said New York. And then I think it was 87. Anyway, now we'll just go back to just as Rangers on both. I guess because there was another team that was New York, so but they're the Islanders anyway. So I always like this. Anyways, just throwing that out there to start before people go, hey, it's supposed to say Rangers, isn't it? Now, not a lot of news today, but there's enough that yes, I feel we need to do a video on this because there's some stuff that's kind of major. Starting with Landeskog. Landeskog is out indefinitely with a lower body injury. Rantanen's already out. Now Landeskog's out. Colorado is going to be under a massive test with these guys out. Like, this is a massive test of that depth. And now that throws their lines into a blender as well. It looks like Kadri's on the wing. Like, according to their practice lines, everything's completely up in the air. But we'll see what actually happens in game. So yeah, without Landeskog and Rantanen, that's the big test. This is where a guy like Jost, if he can show that he's ready to produce at top six level, good. And this is where getting Kadri in that trade with Toronto is really key. Really, in all honesty, it's a huge key here. It's a 30-goal scorer that they wouldn't have had otherwise. Scott Sabourin's been told by the Ottawa Senators, go ahead and look for a place to live. Meaning you're staying with the team. One of those stressors that we don't really think about as fans is that, when you're first playing with a team, you don't necessarily know. Are you going to be there for 4 or 5 games? Are you going to get sent down? And it's nice when a team comes to you and goes, hey, you're sticking around, like Buffalo did with Yoki Haru, I think it was a week ago or 2 weeks ago. So yeah, Sabourin's sticking around with the Sens. They like his work ethic. Speaking of work ethic, DJ Smith kind of says something regarding work ethic with Bobby Ryan, kind of not. But I will say this, Bobby Ryan is saying all of the right things. Now, I don't know how much of this he believes. I don't know if when the camera's off, Bobby Ryan's cursing the whole situation and hating on everything going on in Ottawa. But the fact that he's been a healthy scratch, he's saying all the right things. And he's admitting, you get kind of upset about it, and he kind of felt sad that he wasn't in the lineup, but he came back in and he's playing for his teammates, and he understands the message the coach is giving him, and he's not disagreeing with it. And as I'm listening to him, I'm thinking, this sounds really mature and fantastic, and good on Bobby Ryan for this. So yeah, he's got the right attitude. He said he didn't hate his contract. He doesn't think it's untradeable. And then he said, I like it. And he kind of laughed like, yeah, he's making good money. So what's he going to do? He's going to stand there and go, oh, I gave all my money back to the Sens because I don't feel like it. No. He signed that contract. He's going to make that money and he's going to take it home. Yeah, that's absolutely. I love that honesty. I really do. I love that honesty. I love him kind of going, yeah, I love my contract. It's fun. I like it. So, yeah. Bobby Ryan, absolutely the right attitude, and I have to say that any interviews I've seen with Ryan, I've thought he seems like a really nice guy. Again, that may just be for the press, but hopefully things work out for him with the Ottawa Senators. On the sadder side of things, the reason I'm wearing a Rangers jersey from the 80s, Mark Pavlich, who played with the Rangers in the 80s, was found incompetent to stand trial. So he went out golfing or went out fishing with a neighbor, and when he came back, beat him with a metal pole. And this is just, it's an ugly thing. But basically, the prosecution and judge have agreed, yeah, he's not fit for trial. So they're trying to have him committed. His family believes that this stems from CTE, so concussion-related issues from playing hockey. So it's another one of those chapters. And again, for people who talk about, everything in high, we're going to make it no hitting and everything. There are a lot of players out there who are suffering a lot of consequences from the way the game gets played sometimes, and just trying to make it safer for players, getting safer equipment. There's nothing wrong with that. And so all the best to Mark Pavlich and the battles that he continues to have. I just think the entire story is a sad one more than anything else. And hopefully he gets the help he needs. The last last one here. I didn't want to end on that note. So the last comment I'll make on this, the last news-ish story, and I say this because really you can't talk about the Norris Trophy at the end of October, and yet we are. And numerous hockey websites right now are saying the same thing I've been saying, which is the obvious. John Carlson right now looks like a Norris Trophy winner. Now, Paul Coffey thinks that Carlson can hit 100 points. It's possible, he definitely could, but it's not a given. You know, there's never a given when it comes to 100-point seasons. But if there's any defenseman that can do it, given that situation, and Coffey says he plays with Ovechkin, so he's going to get his prime opportunities for assists and definitely to let bombs go from the point. This could very well be John Carlson's year. But we're still early in the season. There are definitely going to be Flames fans going, hey, Giordano hasn't given up that mantle yet. And there's this Yossi guy in Nashville who definitely is going to be in there, and numerous others as well. But it does look good for Carlson right now. We'll see that story continues tonight in Toronto. Ovechkin was asked about the Maple Leafs and their struggles, and he basically said, you know, that Washington went through this too, and we know Washington went through this too, and he said it took 4 years with Barry Trotz for that core to figure it out. Basically says the core needs to stay together, and they need to learn to play for the team and not play for themselves. One danger I think that we have in the National Hockey League now with the fact that all these kids at 20, 21 years of age are getting paid really, really long-term, big money contracts. It would be very easy then to go, hey, look what I'm doing, rather than I'm here to play for the team. So I could see in some cases the money kind of go into their heads a little bit. Kind of like, hey, I'm worth, $10 million. I'm worth $9 million. I'm a pretty darn good player. So in a situation where they need a big goal, it might be, all right, I'll go get it rather than we'll go get it. And he kind of says that Toronto's going to have to work on things. And I don't think any Toronto fan would disagree with that. There's a lot of work to be done there. And the fact that any time that any team goes to play Toronto, their star player is going to get asked, what's wrong with us? And that's going to be how that goes. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below regarding any of this stuff. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I'll talk to you again soon.